us inmates have actually sat in there and talked about Mum. All of us say, like, there's no way he did it, not by himself. And he won't tell us either because he's too scared to tell us, because if he does tell us, he's still stuck behind them walls, you know what I mean? They can fucking torture him, he could lose everything, you know what I mean? Like, they'll hurt him really bad, you know? Like I said to Mum, it's fucking evil, like what I've seen, where I've been and what they've done to us. Like I've literally sat at my mum's kitchen table and bawled my eyes out, like I'm a 43-year-old man, like literally bawled my eyes out and said, Mum, I just want to die. And I was like, Mum, like, I don't want to live no more, like, because of what I've seen and what I've been through in Risdon Prison.
Welcome to the Wasp Files. Some of this material may be distressing and viewer discretion is advised.
God, what a thing to witness.
When I first got sentenced to prison, I was in there for my 18th birthday. Yeah, I shouldn't have been in there.
Do you know the name of the guy who was running the prison at the time, or any of the big, head honchos?
I know one bloke was Mario. They call him Mario. Another bloke they called Mick the Maggot. There was only one good screw in there, and he's a big Tommy bloke. He was actually a really nice bloke, but the rest of them, they were just arseholes, like, put there just to torture us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's certainly my impression. It's a black hole of a prison, but they were torturing people, as the credible reports that I've got, and this has come from some of the ex-guards that worked there.
Yeah, well, I remember on my first time in prison, I tried to send a picture out to my son. I just played through a picture of me, and I was trying to send it to my son, and the officers came up to me and said, Lee, we need to have a talk to you, and this bloke named actually thought he was an old drunk, very old drunk, very bad drunk. He put a heap of photos of the other inmates in my letter, and then they sent me around to solitary confinement in division for, 6 months out of time. And I was around there, I didn't get the exercise. I got the exercise for 10 minutes a day, every 4 days. Didn't get to do nothing. I wasn't allowed to make phone calls. Wasn't allowed to write letters. It was just torture, it was next level torture. Yeah.
How are you doing now, can I ask? I mean, it's a long time ago, but you're doing all right?
I had my ups and downs. I do, because when I went in there as a normal lad, you know what I mean? But then I came out with a chemical imbalance explosive disorder. And, I get sometimes I'm really good, and some days, I'm really, because I don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol, don't do nothing. Sometimes I'm suicidal. You got no idea, real bad, yeah, it's literally, it fucked my life. Yeah.
Have you got any good people around you?
I talk to, my mum, my dad, that's about it. I don't talk to many people. I hibernate a lot. I talk to my son, like I said to Mum, I said, I just want to blow the lid off it all, like I said to Mum, I said, it's fucking evil, what I've seen, where I've been, and what they've done to us. I've literally sat at my mum's kitchen table and bawled my eyes out, like I'm a 43-year-old man, literally bawled my eyes out and said, Mum, I just want to die. That's what I said to my mum, just sat there and bawled her eyes out. She goes, Lee, don't do this, And I was like, Mum, I don't want to live no more, because of what I've seen and what I've been through in Risdon Prison. It's next level fucking bullshit, getting tortured and, shot at, bombs thrown at you, fucking beanbags shooting at you, shit like that, they're just trying to send me son a letter. It's not right.
Well, I'm put it this way, I'm doing some pretty deep investigation into it, and I'm also contacting some independent arbitrary authorities to really look into all these claims, because I think there's a lot that's going on behind closed doors in that place that need exposure. And
Well,
certainly in relation to, Port Arthur and Martin and,
yeah.
whether or not he did it or not, that, everyone's got human rights. And it sounds like that those rights haven't been afforded to a lot of inmates.
Well, like I said to Martin, the only reason everyone hates you in this prison, I said, is because when you ran around the tree and shot them 2 kids. I said, if you didn't do that, you'd be up the yards with the other boys. No one would give a shit about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I said to him. And he goes, is that right? I said, yeah, 100%, mate. I said, I know blokes up in that yard who've done really, really bad things. I said, but they didn't do what you done. But, like, us inmates actually sat in there and talked about Martin. You know what I mean? And all of us say, like, there's no way he did it. Not by himself. He didn't do that by himself. And he won't tell us either because he's too scared to tell us, because if he does tell us, he's still stuck behind them walls, you know what I mean? They can fucking torture him, he could lose everything, you know what I mean? Like they'll hurt him really bad, you know?
Because you've obviously got some very interesting, pertinent things to say. What's very, very important to me is that people have a chance to have their say that they never got, and your experience alone, irrespective of Martin, certainly exposes a lot about that prison.
The thing that I spun out on, because I said to him one day, I still don't get it. I said to him, Martin, what would you be doing if you was to be outside living free like again? What would you do? And the exact words he said to me, he goes, Lee, he goes, I would be on the Spirit of Tasmania travelling backwards and forwards for the rest of my life just talking to random people. That's what he said to me. And I thought to myself, how does a bloke go down there and kill 30-odd people, but if he could be on the outside now, he'd be on the Spirit travelling just talking to tourists? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess he always wanted just to have friends, to have people to talk to.
Yeah.
Considering...
And he actually passed me as a friend, like when I was there, like, because I was never going to do nothing, hurt him or, abuse him or anything like that. I used to walk into his cell and sit on his bed. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to do that. I used to walk in there. Same with, like, I used to do the same with him. Like, and he killed his mum in United. They classed him as a fruitcake, but I don't think there's a fruitcake. I reckon there's nothing more behind it. You know what I mean?
Did you ever get any impressions that Martin was a little smarter than sometimes it was made out?
No, not really. Like he acted like he was a child. Like he's very, very quiet. Like he wouldn't talk unless you actually try to start a conversation with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if you walk past him, you didn't talk to him, he wouldn't talk to you. He'd be too scared, like, too intimidated, it was real weird. And no reason I started talking to him because he used to be neighbour, because I was halfway down the north wing, you see, and he was halfway down, he was my neighbour, so I didn't even know who he was before I started talking to him. And next, when I got up the next morning, had a shower, walked down there, I just had his door open, all our doors always open through the day, and I walked in and was like, hey, going, what's your name? And then I noticed who he was straight away, and I just started chatting to him, and because I was only a young fella at the time, I was only, 17 and a half years old or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't know anyone, and then all the big boys that were at the top, and, I was like, wow, like, and then it was like he was too scared to tell me anything because, if he told me anything, he was going to get knocked off, or the screws were going to torture him, or something was going to happen, you know what I mean? But I know they were putting shit in his food all the time, glass, you got no idea, piss in it, they do all kinds of stuff. Like, it was disgusting. In the end, I think he was buying chips off the canteen and bottles of Coke and stuff like that, so he didn't have to eat the prison food, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's pretty bad when it gets like that.
It's it's a very distressing story just for everyone concerned. That prison, I mean, I haven't been to Tasmania myself, and I fully intend to go down. But I made the joke to someone about, if I go down there, I'll get back out, and they said, don't joke. It's a rotten, corrupt place, and
it is corrupt as.
It's a dangerous place.
It's the most corrupt state in Australia. It is. Most corrupted state in Australia, hands down. Yeah. Like I was talking to a lawyer the other day about custody of my daughter that I adopted, signed off on. And they said to me, do you own a house? I was like, no, why's that? They said, because what we'll do, we'll sell your house for you, and then we'll take the money from that, and then whatever's left, we'll give it back to you just to get my daughter back. I said, I don't have that kind of money. Because ever since I've been, as soon as I got out of prison, they actually sent me to a psychologist, and they actually put me on a DSP ever since I walked out of prison. And I've been back 10 times. And now I turned around and I said to my son, I promise I'm never going back. And now I'm actually doing home detention at the moment for a common assault that I didn't even do because the police wouldn't show the video footage off my phone in court. So I got found guilty of it.
All I can say is keep fighting.
The people who actually do the right thing, they're the ones that get punished. The ones who are doing the real bad shit, they're getting away with everything. You know what I mean? Down here, like, there's like four cops, like, you know, they're on the payroll, they're dodgy ads, like, you know what I mean? It's like the Devonport cells. They closed the Devonport cells down, built a new prison there, a new cop shop there, because last time there was me. We actually got sexually abused by the Devonport police, and then what they've done this new redress scheme, and they've paid us $95,000 each for hush money, and didn't tell us that we could actually do a class action fund. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the real criminals are running around at the top of the chain, and it's all money, of course, and greed, and and they just exploit people. I mean, I'm quite disillusioned with Australia's governance in general. You know, we tend to think, oh, we're the lucky country, but I believe we're one of the most corrupt nations on earth.
Oh, most definitely. I'll agree with you there 100%. With the stuff I've seen, like in Risdon Prison and the Devonport police and the Hobart as well, like, I've never seen nothing like in my whole entire life, like, ever in my life. It's just next level bullshit. Like, I got out of jail once from Hobart. They brought me out to Launceston, let me out. I caught a bus from Launceston, Devonport. Got the bus, went down to walk onto another bus to surprise my mum, because my mum didn't know the date I was getting out. And next minute, cops came running down to the bus depot, handcuffed me, threw me back in jail for reckons I robbed the bus for a cash tender, and it wasn't even me. I was still sitting there. The bloke who actually robbed it ran up through the mall.
Wow.
You just feel sorry for the folks like, you know, like Martin and, you know, people like that in the prison, because they're the ones who actually are topic of all the abuse, you know what I mean? Like the trauma, everything, you know what I mean? Like they get to use that much torture, all the bullshit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the ones I feel for, because they've got to actually live there for the rest of their lives. You know, where I'm out now, like I don't have to go back to that. Like it's my choice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a living hell for.
If I was Martin, I would have topped myself years ago. Like seriously, like I wouldn't be able to do it. Like it's just next level fucking bullshit. Like when they had him in Mersey, you know, like he's in Mersey in a cell, like a 4x3 cell. Like it wasn't very big. You got a shower. That's it in there doing it. A horse blanket, you know. Don't get fresh air. You come out to a cage and you can look out the cage and all you can see is like the side of the mountain. That's it. Like, and he was in there for months, like literally years. Like, and I was like, fuck, like, how do you do that? That's mentally challenging, like fucking with your head, like real bad. Like, yeah, it's like next level.
Yeah, I mean, there's physical torture and then there's psychological torture, things like isolation and a lack of fresh air.
He's doing both, like literally both of them. Like, it's not right. You know, it's literally not right. And then the screws, they set him up, they'll set him up too. Like they'll go, he goes into the library at 2:30. You know what I mean? Like, so the screws will make sure they're not there. So when he goes to the library, they can punch him up. You know what I mean? And then when he does get punched up, the screws don't do nothing. He just goes back into his cell, lays down in his bed and cries. You know, like he can't do nothing about it. It's absolute dog shit. Like it's wrong. Like, who does that to a human being? Like,
I know. It's. I mean, this is supposed to be Australia. We're not North Korea.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And yet we're torturing people.
Yeah.
And I know jails can be rough places, but there is a line between, mistreatment and torture.
Yeah.
That seems to have been crossed quite a bit with Risdon.
Oh, it's every day. And then I had a bloke, he came down from Hobart. He said his mate was at the tip, and he goes, he's seen his box there, it's all duct taped up and stuff like that. So he jumped down into the bin thing, where they put the rubbish and that. He's undone it, and he's taken these videos home. He's played the videos, and it was Martin Bryant's interview tapes. I was like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah. He goes, Lee. He goes, I'm not joking, mate. True story. And he's done a lot of time too, and he's not normal either anymore. He's always on edge, looking over his shoulder and stuff like that. And I always talk to him because I'm best mates with his brother. You know what I mean?
I hope if he still had those tapes, that would be really valuable. You can only see snippets of them, but if he had the full tapes, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, he said there was a box of them. I'll try to get hold of him this week, and I'll see if I can get them. I will, because apparently he got him. And I said to him, "What's he done with him?" He goes, "I think he's hit him." He goes, "Because he'll get in big trouble for having them." He goes, he was literally shitting himself. He reckons. He said, "Yeah, he found them at the Gnorky tip. That's where they found him, at the Gnorky tip." Yeah, I was like, "Wow."
Look, I might head off, and it's been very, very good talking to you.
No, thank you very much. It's nice talking to you.
And look, I'm here if you want to pick up the phone. I'm usually up pretty late, so if you feel like just give me a ring, just pick up the phone, have a chat. Just know that there's good people out here, and that your life is nowhere near over. You got plenty of it to left. I'm 60 years old, and
thank you very much.
So you hang in there.
I just love a quiet life. That's all I'm trying to live now. I've lost everything. I've lost my family. I've lost my ex-girlfriend. Lost everything. You know what I mean? There's not much else I can lose. Surely.
Yeah, what do they say? I've got no girlfriend, no love, no money. No. Hey, I'm back to normal.
yeah, that's exactly right. It's 100%. Yep.
All right, well, let's chat soon, Lee. And you take care, my friend. Look after yourself, really, and just, keep fighting, buddy. Keep fighting.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, mate.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
That was Lee, who contacted me on TikTok in relation to Port Arthur. Obviously spent time in the Mercy Hospital with Martin Bryant quite a bit, and certainly had a lot of things to say about the corruption and the physical mistreatment, psychological treatment that really constitute torture in Risdon Prison. This is about 2-3 years after Martin was incarcerated back in 1990s, and he was a young man when he went in, of about 18. So just horrific, and certainly an example of just how our country has really slid down into a black hole. The date today is it's 11:37, Sunday, 27th of July, 2025. End recording.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Wasp Files. New episodes will be uploaded every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Feel free to share far and wide, and please see the links to the Dropbox files and information relating to the episodes. Also, without any obligation, please see the Buy Me a Coffee campaign, which helps keep the channel running and also provides profits to my friends who are survivors from Port Arthur who have supported me on this journey. Thank you.